No puedo dejar de sentir una especial que viene de usted. Sometimes it's hard to explain how you feel when your troubles are weighing you down. And it's hard to accept that the world has your back when you cry and there's no one around. But it's okay, girl, to take a day, girl, to regroup and to relax your mind. I know your pain, girl. Trust when I say, girl, that tomorrow is gonna be alright. Breathe out. Nobody said it'd be easy. You're working hard to take care of your baby. The way the world's set up, even when you make it up, you got to keep it moving on. So it's okay, girl. And take girl to regroup and to relax your mind. I know your pain, girl. Trust when I say, girl, that tomorrow is gonna be alright. Just breathe. Just breathe. Trouble now. When you I know you're tired of stressing with the world on your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. I know you're tired of stressing. Oh, yes. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. What up, family? It's your girl, JustPatrice. Live with JustPatrice. BlogRadio.com is officially in the building. Yo, welcome to Monday, y'all. Y'all know how we get down each and every Monday, 1 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I need an engineer. I'm gonna just say it right now. I need an engineer. I have all the buttons set all the right time every time, and I feel like it's a secret mini person that sneak into my equipment bag and touch the buttons, because every week I gotta move the buttons back. I don't understand what's going on. I feel there's a spirit of sabotage. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Welcome to Monday, y'all. Y'all know how we do right here each and every Monday on BlogRadio.com. It's a pleasure to be here, a pleasure to hang out with y'all. Do me a huge favor, though. When y'all log in, I'm going to try to tell as many people as I can. And y'all tell the other people. So y'all know Facebook have me officially restricted. And I think I got like 2 more days left. So I see that the video is live, which is dope, but I can't share it. So I'm hopeful that if you guys see this video, that you will share it for me. Like literally, I don't care where you share it to. Share other people, tag your people, click highlight, click favorite. I mean, click followers. Any of that assistance would be greatly appreciated. I cannot share any links. It's crazy, but I was like, I don't know if it's gonna let me in, but it did, and we live, so we going right. Y'all know how we get down. If you're watching the show, then I'm just going to assume that you are on one of my Facebook pages. Well, I knew I was missing a thing. Let me go on and put this on real quick. I'm like, where is my other doo? Oh my goodness. That is why. Okay. I'm gonna have to add it back. Lord, what listen, I'm like, where is my stuff? Right? Mm, mm, mm. So if you are in the blowradio.com group, or we're in the blowradio.com group, if you are in the, what is that called? The Bartenders Lounge group, you understand? On as of April 22nd, you will no longer be able to stream to Facebook groups from any third party app. This is crazy. We recommend streaming to a Facebook page instead. Facebook prioritizes streams from pages, so you'll likely get more views. Connect to a Facebook page instead. So I have my pages connected. I just want y'all to know that if you are in the group, oh, that's crazy. Any of the groups, I cannot. I can't. You can share the link for me. So if somebody could share this link to this broadcast to the blowradio.com group, and if you could share this link to this broadcast for me to the Bartenders Lounge group or any other group, you can share it to the group. I just can't stream from a third party link. This is crazy. I feel so boxed in. Or, I mean, of course, I want y'all to follow my YouTube page. So if you can just maybe find it on YouTube. It's so crazy how they are just trying to streamline how you share content. I understand why, because that's how they manage bread. You get what I'm saying? And I get it, but it's giving me a hard time and all the things that come along with it. So again, of course, if you are on Instagram, hey y'all on IG, let me see if it's letting me do it. Oh, it is. Good afternoon. Hey, Miss Love, how you doing? Shakreem is in the building. Hey now, what's going on? Lisa DeBerry's in the building. I see y'all on Instagram. Hey guys. If y'all can share the video, invite people, tag people to bring in. Today's topic is keep your hands to yourself. I should have put keep your damn hands to yourself, but I didn't. So I think that's just about as nice as I can get it. So it's today's topic is keep your hands to yourself in honor of April being Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We're going to acknowledge that and we're going to talk about that. I have a great sister friend guest that's going to be joining me today. We're going to have some good combo. We're going to get into it. We're going to do all the light pleasantries first because the conversation very well may get super heavy. And I understand that. You get what I'm saying? So take a couple of deep breaths, sis. If you feel like the conversation is triggering you, feel free to log off. There are some links that I posted for some phone numbers. I encourage you to phone a friend for some type of support while we're live. If you want to do it that way, know that we're here in support of you 110%. You can call 211 or you can dial the 800 number that we have listed here. And I'm just going to run it back real quick so I can make sure I give y'all the right number. Of course, let me look at my page and get y'all this number up real quick. And that's 800 656 4673. That's 800 656 4673. And that is the National Sexual Assault Hotline. Okay. And of course, 211 in the city of Milwaukee is an assistance hotline as well. I want to make sure that we are just providing you with some tools. If you actually need a counselor to speak with, you're not sure where to find one, what capacity, please feel free to inbox me. And what I will do is connect you with some therapists that I know, and we can get some. Of course, there's some online services, but if you rather a direct referral, I can connect you gladly with some people that I know would be um, ready, willing, and are quite able to be of assistance to you. Shout out to Marima for joining the conversation. How you doing? She said, MF hands. What's wrong with your hands? What's wrong with your hands? What's wrong with your hands? You okay? You okay? Shout out to Troy Seabrook for joining the conversation. Please, again, I'm gonna ask y'all if y'all see this video, please share it. I cannot share it. I am still on punishment. It's been the longest 6 days ever. But that's okay. Facebook doesn't like that I share the links and that I send too many TikToks to my friends. They don't want me to say to make my friends laugh. That's how I feel. That's what I'm gonna say. But anyway, can you share the video, please, for me? And invite your people to come through. That would be super awesome. Tag them, highlight, do add followers, and just invite all the people in. Whether it's again, if you are in a Facebook group, if you could, if you are in the blowradio.com Facebook group, can you share it to the group? That would be awesome. Share it to the live just Patrice group and share it to the bartenders lounge because I cannot stream there anymore. They won't allow us to stream into Facebook groups from this particular streaming service. So yeah, got some changes. Rima said there's nothing wrong with my hands. You said that you should have put damn hands. You right. And I said, yeah, I should have. You right. MF. You are right. I should have definitely said that. You right. And with all the fervor that comes along with it. So I'm gonna jump right in. Y'all be patient with me on today. I will say also that shout out to JPA Elevated for always being a sponsor to everything that I do, all of my amazing oils and creams and things like that. And in addition to the body butters and the oils and sugar scrubs, things like that, I'm contemplating some more product line. But I think the ones that we have are working really good. I just want to do something specifically for the spring. But we'll touch base on that soon. If you don't know the product, if you haven't had any of the product lately, let me catch you up. CBD infused everything. Hashtag CBD infused everything. JPA Elevated is a business here in Milwaukee, and we make all of our skin indulgence products that are CBD infused, which help for reducing anxiety, pain relief, discomfort in certain areas of your body, all kinds of aches, joint aches, muscle aches, specifically, things that would help to make your day easier, make your life easier, whether it's in the moment or now. If you are doing a lot of physical labor, if you're getting older and you just got some major discomfort and throughout your body, these are things that could help. You got, I don't know, roll a little dab on your shoulder, and then less than 15 minutes later, you like, whoa, what happened? We got some testimonies out here that need to be heard. I just want to remind you that the products are available at Calm Wellness Services in the store area there, 6333 North Green Bay Avenue. That's 6333 North Green Bay Avenue. And our office hours are, 10 to 6 when the shop is open. And as long as there's some money available, if you'd like to order products and this outside of our shop hours, give me a call. And what I will be willing to do is meet you over there since, I'm not too far. Not too far at all. You understand what I'm saying? We all out here. Marima Goes Hard says, let's see, me, Free, and Shelly were bragging on JPA Elevated Products Thursday. Oh, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I hope that you have been receiving some comfort to those particular from my items. So I know a couple people tried them for the first time recently. I'm always excited when new people get a hold of the product and they be in. Also, the show's sponsored by Calm Wellness Services that is inside. We were just talking about the product where the product is located. And I am not at Calm today, but that's always with me and always in my heart. So Calm Wellness Services is the facility located at 6333 North Green Bay Avenue. And inside of this awesome wellness facility, there is peace, there is tranquility, there is comfort, there is and you are welcome to come and leave all your burdens on the outside of the door and enjoy a little bit of feel good as we believe that you deserve. There, I'm a massage therapist. My partner is a sound therapist, a sound specialist. We do have multiple opportunities to encourage wellness throughout your body, wellness of your mind, wellness of your heart. And how do we do that? Want to learn a bit more about that? Give us a call. You can book an appointment directly on the website, which is welcome.com. That's WELKALM.com. WELKALM.com. You know, welcome, like welcome. Just one L. Okay. WEL, one L, KALM. You feel what I'm saying? Follow that. Or you can give me a call, 414-909-2488. That's area code 414-909-2488, and we'll work it out. Answer any questions and then get you on these books, right? Speaking of today's show, if you would like to join the conversation, I encourage you to give us a call. That's area code 414-885-4739. That number is floating down at the bottom of the screen here, 885-4739. I encourage you to give us a call so you can verbally express what's going on, how you feeling, what's happening, and what do you feel in accordance to the topic. Glad to read your comments, but it's always, always, always good to hear your voice. Okay, I think I got it all in. Shout out to blowradio.com. Of course, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You could be anywhere else, but you opted to be here with us. And it melts my heart. I'm very appreciative. Also, I know a couple people are asking me about it. I'm just going to throw this out here real quick. Asking me because I've been, I think today's day 16. I've been taking the Rise mushroom coffee. Listen, I'm just gonna tell you, not only do I like the taste of it, and I like coffee, but I like the taste of it. I don't. I'm gonna do that after. So the benefits of they've been talking about, and I got it because I was hopeful that it would decrease the bloating in my belly. Like I felt so bloated. I know I've been gaining so much weight, and the amount of bloating I felt just stuffed and full all the time. And I will tell you that whatever they did, whatever is in these mushrooms, whatever, is working for me. You know, like I noticed a big difference. Like the shirt that I have on now, I couldn't put it back on. I had gained so much weight and I was so swollen all the time that I really couldn't fit the shirt anymore. But the fact that I was able to get it on today made me feel some kind of way special. I can notice a change in my face again. So, you know, I have a very full round face anyway. But as I was beginning to take some of the weight off, that had started, you know, slimming down. And so the fact that I can start seeing the shape again in my face and my jawline, that's all I'm talking about. I'm excited about that. In addition to that, my appetite has been reduced dramatically. Like I have to force myself to, you know, eat sensible things. So when I was like, you got to eat something, Tree. So what do you eat? And so I cut out most of the sugar in my diet. I cut out most of the anything that's not gonna make my belly hurt. I just decided to cut it out. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not being overly restrictive. I don't even have the taste for it. Like all of my cravings and everything out of here. I will also say that was it on Saturday and I made this post. I was overly emotional. There was a lot going on. More than one funeral happening that day. Just you know, things that would take you and push you to the edge emotionally. I was being tested in my spirit as much as I could stand for as long as I could stand. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. So I went and resorted, excuse me, back to what I had been doing, you know, to get me this much excess weight anyway. I ate to try to soothe my stress, and I ate some things that I wouldn't have been eating on the part of the journey that I'm in right now, and it made me sick. And when I say sick, it's not a game. Like Yes, I ended up throwing up. My body was like, "Get this out of here! What are you doing? We don't eat that anymore." I can tell the sodium content in a lot of things now, like stuff that I would have eaten in the past. Like I don't even cook with salt, but now I can tell when something else that I enjoy eating has a very high quantity of salt in it. It's just crazy. So I mean, there's so many benefits for me. I didn't even know. I just thought it was supposed to be to stop my belly from bloating. It did that, but it's doing so many other things. And yep, I'm still taking it. I tried to do 2 cups a day. I really did. I tried to do two cups a day. Um, and I think maybe twice I was able to get two in, but if I do that, then I can just hang up the fact of eating anything else because I it's just not gonna work. I'm gonna just say that it's just not gonna work. Shout out to Jatima for joining the conversation. Hey mama, how you doing? So that's kind of where I'm at on the journey. I'm still going. I did buy the 2 packs because I thought I was gonna be able to do like two a day, but I can't. I can't drink two a day. So I'm gonna just keep drinking this cup. And if my stomach feel like I can get it in, I will. Like I don't even eat like all in the middle of the night no more. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Whatever whatever is in it that's helping me to resist that. I'm just very thankful of it. Extremely thankful. Like beyond words thankful. Okay. So I got all the fluff and flair out of the business. Let me check and see where my homegirl at and see if we can there. Oh, look at her shiny face. Yes, it is. She's sick of me. All right, so y'all show some love to my homegirl Shannon, Miss Shannon Jefferson, entrepreneur, adventurer, and global citizen that she is. What up, Shannon? How you doing, my
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about who you are, you know what I'm saying? What
Mhm.
do prospectively about your business. So we can get a little background on that. And if you have any major things happening right now before we like really genuinely go into our topic, want to get a light fanfare out of the way. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Shan.
Oh, a little bit about me for those who don't know me. First and foremost, my name is Shannon Jefferson. I am a mother of three. I have three sons, ages 31, 30, and 27. A lot of people think that I've been married, but I've never been married. People are like, I thought you were married. No. Um, I've been an entrepreneur for most of my life. I've I love entrepreneurship. It's stressful, but it is my Zen space. I'm currently the CEO of Gibraltar Industries, which is a 17-year-old full service facilities maintenance firm specializing in final construction cleaning. Um, I love what I do. Um, I love traveling. Traveling is my favorite thing to do in the world. Other than eat good food and have a good time with my friends. I I love the great outdoors. That's something else that people don't know about me. I love being outside. I've been told I give the persona of like I need to be in a 5-star hotel, but really I could be in a sleeping bag in the middle of the forest, and I would be just as content at the Ritz Carlton or in a national forest somewhere. So that is a I'm incredibly passionate about entrepreneurship and helping um, new entrepreneurs navigate and streamline their processes in order to avoid some of the pitfalls that I've gone through over the last 17 years being a business owner in the city of Milwaukee. Um, I've been told I should be a comedian. But I don't think I don't have the chops for that. And I don't have the wherewithal to do that. But my trainer, who is somebody that just recently came into my life, was like, you are the funniest person And then I was talking to this another person online, and I asked him, what was your biggest misconception about me? And he said that I didn't think that you would be this approachable or funny. And I'm like, dang, I must be, I don't know. But anyway, oh, I love food. I absolutely love food, and food loves me. My favorite place that I've been so far in the whole wide world, I would say my top three right now are the redwood forest in California was life altering. Then I would say Dubai, and last but not least, Bali, Indonesia. So,
I was hoping you would say the Bali trip, though, especially after experiences that you share with us from this last run. So I'm glad
mhm,
to hear that made the list as a list.
absolutely.
But you have a very stoic energy, is
Mhm.
what people misunderstand because when you don't remember, and I've told you this before, you have a very royal energy, and a lot of
Mm.
people don't get that. If you're not used to that type of energy, it'll make them feel standoffish. But that's because they lack a certain level of personal security. Didn't you know your problem? It's theirs. Just wanted to say that. I want y'all to know that I might be feeling a little extra spicy today. I'm gonna do my best to. I'm sorry, it's going down. I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling it. It's so, with that being said, Shannon has agreed to have a very important and would could be a at points difficult conversation with me. And we're going to have that conversation out loud with you all. And we hope that not only to encourage someone else to be comfortable with sharing their story, but to also, as a reminder, to be safe, to take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And mindfulness is important. Sometimes we get comfortable real fast, both men and women. Sometimes we just get so wrapped in what it is that we want or what we think should be happening that we cross some boundaries. And April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And because of that, I'm thankful that Shannon was willing to have this conversation with me. It's a tough conversation, and I know this. Um, it's even for me. Like the more I feel like okay, we've had this conversation. For some reason, I feel I'm anxious.
Mhm.
I'm anxious, but I think it's necessary. And so I want to talk about it. And I thank you for your time today, Shannon, to share this with me. So y'all mind me, my emotions is probably gonna be all over the place. I see it now, I
Mhm.
feel it now, and I'm I believe that this platform allows for that type of up and down and openness, and I want that to be the case. So if you happen to chime in, make sure that you share the video and share the video. I'm gonna say it 1,000 times because I cannot share it. I'm so sad about it. Anyway, so today's topic is keep your hands to yourself.
Mhm.
I said earlier, I should have said keep your damn hands to yourself. And but I want to just kind of clear the air really quick, or just not clear air, but just to initiate the conversation. What are your views, Shannon, on um sexual assault and the effect that it is having on our community?
Mm. That is a very that's a multi-leveled question. Um,
On purpose.
I guess for me, I can only speak from a personal perspective. Um, I feel like our culture sometimes overlooks, acts of sexual assault. in talking about this topic today, I was looking up some statistics, and I was also looking up, how many cases were reported versus how many cases were actually prosecuted. And that gap is really wide. For growing up in a Black family and in the Black culture, I feel like sometimes um, what would be considered sexual assault is glazed over sometimes in families. And I feel like this new generation is more open to talking about acts of sexual assault and or indiscretions in the family and how to stop them more so than probably in my youth, because I'm 50. So in my youth, we didn't. These are things that weren't conversational. You couldn't come up or out and say things that you can say now. So
I
societally,
agree.
I feel like we're transitioning, hopefully, to a better place. But statistically, what it looks like is there are more acts of violence being reported, sexual violence, sexual deviance being reported. But so there's that counterbalance of, is there more being reported because people feel braver coming forward where they maybe in the 70s and 80s and 90s didn't feel comfortable. So that's why the report of incidents is going up. Or is it that we're getting societally more deviant? It could be, you know, only the future holds that answer of which one categorically it really is. So
I agree with you 110%. I think that personally, um, there more cases are being reported because we're talking about it more,
mhm,
and I think people are getting an understanding of it's one of those, it takes these many generations for it to come around before you can actually notice a change.
mhm,
When we started when because our grandmothers were still saying what happens in this house stays in this house, or
mhm,
it was saying we were still left to the space where certain things are just not to be talked about and we'll just handle it, under the
mhm,
rug over here. And nowadays, because we're two generations removed from that generation, but
mhm,
our children, you get what I'm saying, we were
mhm,
we were teaching our children, hey, no ma'am, no sir, you don't keep none of that to yourself. You tell me everything. We talk about it all. And
mhm,
my mom was a generation that started saying, I know we're not supposed to talk about some stuff, but I want you to be comfortable telling me if something is happening, because I mean, we may not talk about it outside the house, but we could talk about it here. You get what I'm saying? As
mhm,
where the generation before them was like, this not a word to be spoken about it to nobody. Just don't
mhm,
even mention it. Just sweep it under the rug. Don't worry about it. Are you dead? Because you're not dead. So you okay. But it wasn't. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you didn't die though, but so you're fine. You get what I'm saying? But am
mhm,
I though? Were they? And then our parents understood that no, we're not okay. These things happened, and I want to feel well. I want to not be afraid to do A, B, and C. I want to be comfortable with sharing these things. I want to be open about that stuff. And so then they taught us, and now we saying, "Hey, look, all that keep Uncle John in the basement type stuff because he can't live nowhere else. But just don't go in the basement. This our Uncle John is out of here. You get what I'm saying? Like
mhm,
Uncle John can't be here,
mhm,
or whether it's a stranger or not. You get what I'm saying? For your friend's sake or for your sake, Uncle John
mhm,
ain't welcome. You get what I'm saying? And
right,
these conversations we having, and absolutely we want to. We might be a little bit too aggressive about it. Maybe we was too and demanded, which still wasn't offering that ease of welcomeness. You get what I'm saying? Because we
mhm,
were so desperate for the conversations to be had. But I think now, like you said, it's generationally the next phase of that, where they're saying, this happened to me, and I'm not sure how to report it or what to do, but I want to say it. I want to not keep it a secret. I want it known that this is happening and this is where it happened to me, just in case I'm able to help somebody else.
Right.
And I know that wasn't something that we did traditionally in our past, but I'm really excited about it happening now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. Um, I think it's interesting because it, even at this age, it, it's still, it still sometimes feels like I had an incident that happened, and if it would have been at a different level, I don't know how I would have been able to handle that. And even in my intelligence and my strength and my emotional intelligence, I still felt crippled when it happened. And as strong as people know me to be, and when it happened, I was just like so appalled that I couldn't even respond, and the response that you would think that you would have, like, oh, I was slept, that like this aggressive response that you think you would have, it just didn't. In the instance when it happened, it just didn't. I don't know, I didn't have the wherewithal in that moment to be as assertive as I should have been. Now, yeah, so contrary to popular belief, like that, in that moment, I don't know. I feel like I folded, and then all of these shoulda, woulda, couldas came in, and I was just like, but immediately following the incident, I was just in tears. I was in my car crying and feeling like really helpless. And I didn't go to an authority or to a friend or to a I didn't tell anybody. I definitely didn't tell my sons because I didn't want them to be involved. And I know my baby, my youngest son, he a neck breaker. And he don't want to hear nothing you got to talk about. He don't want to hear nothing you saying. I'm crying. You did it. And that's it. And that's it. So I didn't even tell my sons what happened, and then my other son is in Arizona. He would have been up here on a flight in 3 hours. So I didn't say anything. I did call like the police, but I didn't like call 911. Do you know what I mean? I just called like the non-emergency police, and like, if I wanted to file a complaint, how do I do that? And then I just left it alone. And so for me, I feel like as a woman, even as strong as I am, in that moment, it was crippling. It really was. And it's even hard to talk about it now because I just feel like I hope I never see this person again. And thank God that I have not seen this person in the city again. So
It's I'm not gonna say crazy, but I totally can relate. Like when you talk about, or you think you know how you would respond in the
mhm,
moment,
mhm,
but you don't. You know
mm-mm,
what I'm saying? When it
mm-mm,
doesn't go that way, then now you feel like, then now you stressing out about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. I shoulda did this. I wish I had. You know what I'm saying? And now you double mad, and now you're mad at yourself. You get what I'm
mhm,
saying? And you wishing, now you're blaming yourself. When you talk about victim
mhm,
blaming, the ultimate victim blame is now I'm blaming myself
mhm,
because I didn't stick up for me the way that I felt like I should have, or should I have done this, or maybe. And it's a lot to take into consideration. And we are speaking in very general terms, but right now, you get what I'm
mhm,
saying? And but it's gonna get a little deeper, y'all. Just hold on tight. You get what I'm saying?
mhm,
And I am not specifically talking about my personal experience as of yet, but we'll get into that. Um what I am talking about is how sometimes we think we know what's going to happen. We think we know how we're going to handle. We will handle it. That if it was me, just like we used to talk back in the day, man, I could have never lived in the slave days because I would have. Would you? What would that have been like? You know what I'm saying? We think about all the things that we would have done and the jeopardizing what, because I mean there's a lot of things. I'd be like, so it was like 3 of them, and then but it was like 100 of y'all, and nobody thought to whatever the case may be. But then we're not talking about the 3 of them, how the 3 of them quickly turned into the entire United States. You know what I'm saying? How quickly that the 3 people turned quickly into the entire country. You know what I mean? And you just never really know. I think that these are conversations that we need to have, and as um even with all the anxiety that I'm experiencing, even with all the like I'm my body temperature is changing, like my body is like I'm definitely responding, okay? And I'm aware of that. I think it's conversations that need to be had. And I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to speak again, and I'm gonna share a little bit more in depth. So go ahead, Shan.
I think it's interesting too, because then the self doubt comes in. Like, okay, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, so like, what did I do to warrant this? Like, what did I do to warrant that behavior from this man? Like, was I being provocative? Was I being too friendly? Did I do this? Did I do that? And then I'm rationalizing it in my mind because that's how my mind works. I'm a problem solver by nature. So I'm thinking through the process of what happened in the car, and then as I'm breaking down, like, did you do something? No, you had on a turtleneck sweater dress, like, and a jacket. So it's not like you were out there in a thong and a bralette. I, I was covered from my neck to my ankles, and I had on boots. Like, there was no reason, but I was trying to rationalize the fault. Um, because as an entrepreneur, when you're fiscally, financially, emotionally responsible for everything, you look for that responsibility in yourself. So in that moment, I didn't say tisk tisk to this person, how dare you? Even though I did, my first thought was, what did I do to warrant that behavior from this man who's basically a stranger? Like, you think you know me because you've seen me on social media, but I've given you what reason did I give you to think that your deviant behavior was something that I was like, you know what, today this is what I want. Like, I I tried to wrap my mind around, like, what did I do other than try to avoid the situation. And then too, a lot of times I feel like, especially, and I'm speaking solely and 110,000% to our Black women, we are the most gracious and kindest, most beautiful individuals on this planet. I done been all over this world, from the far end of it all the way to the other end. And I've never met a more gracious group of women than Black women. We are the kindest, most, oh, excuse me, sis. Oh, I'm sorry, sis. Oh, it's okay. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. That's not everywhere. And we've been acclimated to be so forgiving and so understanding that it's to a fault. Like, if I would have been aggressive and told him no, like, or been just, or like, if I'd have been feisty like a Spanish girl and say, get you out of my face, if I would have been aggressive, then then maybe it would have been different. But me, oh no, it's okay. No, it's all right. The passivity that we have to, in the gentle kindling that we do around bad behavior from males, like, it's a paradox because you don't want to get beat up, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to, because you are turning down an advance of a fragile male. You don't want to, and I'm out by myself, so you don't want to get beat up, right? But for just wanting to be left alone. And so it's so much, it's so much, it's so much. It's so y'all, I don't get mad often, but I was mad. I was mad. I was a big mad. Real mad. Mad at myself and just mad at this person for thinking that that kind of behavior was okay, because it wasn't. And I don't know. I don't know how to, and that was a couple of years ago, and I don't know how to feel about it. And I understand your anxiety, because now with me putting myself back in the situation and thinking it through again, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
At any point in time, though, sis, if you would like to withdraw from the conversation, I want you to know I get it, and there's no judgment. If you like, Trees, this enough, I can't anymore, that's fine. Okay,
Mhm.
please know that at
Mhm.
any point in time. Okay. I just wanted to acknowledge that as well. It is a lot. Just rethinking that, and then thinking, how many times did I had I not spoken up for myself? How many times was I um oh no, it's yeah, don't do that. I didn't like that, but not in the aggressive manner that I wanted to, or I felt like I should have said,
Mhm.
get your
Mhm.
hands off me, or don't touch me like that. I don't like that. That's not okay. You are not welcome. And all the times that I didn't do that, and I wanted to, and how people take liberties because somebody else let them. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because well, I thought like, you a whole adult man. Use your words. And you don't want to be labeled as a creep. You don't want to be labeled as um somebody who um deserves a certain levels of disrespect, but you've taken liberties that you've not earned, or have that don't belong to you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a lot of tripping, being quote unquote socially acclimated. I'm gonna say that because I don't want to say popular. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All these different people, you know what I'm saying? And people think they know you. And so they engage you to their
Mhm.
comfort levels in spite of
Mhm.
your own. They engage you to the capacity that, well, this is what I want. I thought about it. I wanted to, and the I in all of this. When it comes to, I'm like, do you have daughters, sir? If your daughter
Man.
was at I don't know, the barbecue that I was at, or in the nightclub that I was minding my business at, or in the restaurant, or whenever over the years, like seriously, right now, I'm just thinking about all the different times that somebody thought it was okay to touch me in a way that I felt was unwelcome and extremely um, um uncomfortable. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Whether it was I'm trying, like, I want to say these words and I'm trying to get them together so I can. Um, like, you can't just grab my breast or cut my titty without me saying it's okay. If we'll move like that. You can't just cut my ass, smack my ass. If we're not familiar in this capacity, you cannot put your hand on my thigh and caress and stroke my thighs without being invited. Like, people all the time, like, can I say all the time? Like, frequently it's happened. And I think about all the time, I be like, bro, you know, you do the little swoop. It's worse when it's people you know. For me,
Girl.
it's worse for people you know. Now, don't get me wrong. My ass been slapped in a club by somebody I ain't even know, and I be like, hey, yo, nah, son. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's more and more uncomfortable when it's somebody you know. You know what I'm saying? And it's think about statistically, it's almost always somebody you know. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Or
Mhm.
somebody that's been watching you and it created a well, I know you moment in their mind. So now you have this whole thing of they done created a whole relationship. We together in your mind. You get what I'm saying? We not. You get what I'm saying? And those types of just I need a second. I'm sorry. I need
Okay. Okay. I get it. I do. I totally understand. It's so frustrating, and then it makes you want to be mean, and then people don't understand when I come in a place why my face is so askewed because I don't even want to give you the impression that it's okay to even say anything to me, you know? And then if I turn around and be like, nigga, if you touch me, I'm gonna knock your teeth out. You're gonna win this fight, but it's gonna be a good fight though. Cause I'm about 8 seconds from busting your head to the white meat with this bottle. Like then they were like, oh, she aggressive. She ain't. No, I just don't want you touch. You don't have a. You don't. I don't even understand. If it's okay for you to put your hands on me in an inappropriate way, then it should be okay for me to take all your credit cards and go up to Nordstrom Rack and buy all of the perfume I want. As a matter of fact, I just am gonna book a trip to Portugal on your credit card. That's just is offensive to me. Like if I can't go in your wallet and get whatever it is that I want out of there and do whatever it is that then you can't, then don't put your hands on me ever. Don't ever, ever, ever do that because at this point, now that it's happened to me and I didn't react, now I'm definitely going to react. I'm definitely going to react. I'm not going to let another incident like that be without uh, recourse. It won't ever happen again. And that's why I feel like God and his divine intervention has separated this person, and I haven't seen them out and about. I haven't stopped going outside, but I haven't seen that in particular person anywhere in this city. So that's God keeping us separated. Because even if you spoke 2 words to me, it's on, and I'm not holding back at all. So I just I don't understand what is in a person's illogical mind to think that you have the right to put your hands on any part of a woman's body without her consent. I don't understand what you woke up thinking after you finished your breakfast or your blunt or whatever you was doing in the morning and you went outside and you were like, these hands of mine, I'm just gonna put them on anybody that I want to, and that should be okay. Like, what were you thinking? What was your thought process? And why do you not have self-control? But then if I slap the shit out of you, you want me to have self-control, right? I'm supposed to have emotional intelligence and self-control after you violate me, but you didn't have any in the violation. I can't. That's why I can't. I just can't do it. I can't. My fuse is incredibly short.
I think that a lot of uh I'm gonna say people because I know that it's not just a men inappropriately engaging, groping, touching women. I know that there are women who grope inappropriately, whatever, other women and do it to men.
Mhm.
And some people blush it off, and like it's not that big of a deal. You get what I'm saying? But I think that some people confuse what the definition of, they think because it didn't escalate to rape, then that is not that big of a deal. That
Mhm.
because you didn't penetrate me, that this capacity of engagement is still, I mean, it's not that quote unquote big of a deal. And I have to explain to people that say that, like, do you even, let's just look up the definition, okay, of
Mhm.
what that looks like. So just according to the Merriam-Webster definition, sexual assault is illegal sexual contact that usually involves force upon a person without consent, or is inflicted upon a person who is incapable of giving consent, as because of age or physical or mental incapacity, or who places the assailant, such as a doctor, in a position of trust or authority. Okay. So it didn't say, like, it's synonymous with ravishment, violation, rape, and assault. Okay, like, and like, what is assault? People don't even understand is a violent physical or verbal attack. Okay, adding the word sexual in front of that, I just need people to understand that sexual means it's usually an a sexual nature. Okay, meaning violently physical, sexually violently physical. Okay, verbal attack, a sexual verbal attack, meaning all those unwanted cat calls, all those unwanted, um I do this and you don't know me because I do that, and all the things that is all, especially, and I'm gonna say when it's unwelcome, because that's the whole point of this. Without consent, it's uninvited, unencouraged, and unwelcome. You can't
Yeah.
do that. You get what I'm saying? And not like, that's the part that makes it illegal. You get what I'm saying? And I know people don't understand when I say these things, that I'm pushing the limit, is what I've been told. That you like, really, like, with the kids say you forcing it. That's not what was said, but it's like, you really walking that fine line. How am I walking a fine line? I don't want to know about your penis. Nothing about it. I don't want to know nothing about it. And when you start sharing that type of information uninvitedly, sir, now we talking about sexual harassment. Like, you harassing me with information and that I didn't ask for. You know what I'm saying? And then when you not only are, pursuing me, quote unquote, because you don't know how to flirt, you're not by my standard, and you don't know how to share your interest. You get what I'm saying? You don't know how to, you a whole grown ass man, and you can't say, and I'd rather you say, hey, listen, I'm be 100. I'm extremely attracted to you. I'd like to, I want to have sex with you, and you can even say I want to fuck. I don't care. You didn't express the interest. Now here's where the chain of events is crucial. Crucial. No, thank you. I hear you. I understand. I'm not interested. I don't share the same feelings. Get the fuck out of my face. Absolutely not. I mean, we can come with all kinds of ways to tell you hell to the no. You get what I'm saying? And the mean is just like, the nicer you are, that not being nice in a change does not mean, oh, try again. Oh, try harder. No, it does not. I see you there, Shan. What's your comment?
No, it's just um, what you were saying is like, I don't know where the modern male, not all, not all, I'll use that as a precursor, not all, but some have gotten this predatory nature to getting a woman's attention. There's nothing cute about your unsolicited penis pictures, or involuntarily folding into the conversation something sexual in nature. It's alarming and quite frightening. And I feel like it shows that you don't have any self control. Um, the same way that you guys or males will label women that come out of the back asking for money a gold digger, women label men that come out in the first few conversations talking about sex or streamlining sex into the conversation. I call you a predator. And there are a lot I know from the women that I've been around, a lot of men who are very, very predatory in nature and who are manipulative and um, who try to finesse women into situations that are disastrous for everything that they have, like your mental health, wealth, financial well-being, spiritual well-being, your physical well-being, everything. So, but I also take it, I leave a lot of onus on the women for us to educate ourselves about these predatory behaviors and how to see them from the onset. Because me personally, I know people are like, it don't have nothing to do with nothing, but anyway, I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm a Scorpio, so we love hard, we love forever, and it took a long time for me to stop that type of exchange. Like, like you said, sometimes you'll laugh it off or brush it off. But now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't like that. What are you talking about? Why are we talking about your dick? Um, have you not had sex in a while? Like, are you okay? Would you like for me to order you a prostitute? Like, what are you like? What do we talk? Why are we can't talk about nothing else? Like, it's 1,000 billion zillion things going on. And if the first thing if you're leading with something sexual, then I know we not gonna fit. We're not gonna fit together.
So let me say this, because, and just to follow up with that, because a lot of people say, well, y'all said just say what we want. Y'all said just say come out right. The problem is not that you said I want sex or that I'm interested in being intimate with you. The problem is once I say no thank you or I'm not interested also, then either you don't have nothing else to talk to me about, and that's cool, bro. That's so fine. That's you don't we don't have to, you don't even gotta come over. You don't gotta look over here. You don't got nothing. I'm not interested. You're upset because I'm not interested. Let's talk about why are you mad though? I can, just like the way you can express this is what you're interested in. That's fine. That's you're interested in. I'm not interested in exchanging that with you. That's the end of this conversation. Unless you feel like now you got to convince me. Now you don't have to, sir. I've already expressed it, and it was like, well, you don't have to. We shouldn't be afraid to say no. We shouldn't be ill at ease with, oh, now I'm gonna get cussed out or talked about. Well, you just was 2 minutes ago sweating me, quote unquote, but now because I didn't break to your rules or bend to your will, now I'm all these terrible things. How Sway? How? You get what I'm saying? And so you're welcome to be honest, but know that I'm welcome to say no thank you. I don't have to. You supposed to, you should very much be like, don't you want to engage somebody that wants you, sir? You want to engage, she should want you back, right? No? No, I'm a retard. Okay, I'm sorry.
So the overarching fear, especially, I don't go around in a pack of people. So I just always reference back to this woman in New York running into the liquor store to go get a bottle of wine, kids in the car. And because she wouldn't let these guys buy her the wine, they beat her until her eyeball came out for saying no. And like, come on. I mean, bro, we got to do better. Y'all got to do better. And I know we are in the era of us bashing each other and black women bashing black men and black men bashing black women. That is not what this is about. Like, I will put this caveat out there that first off, I have 3 black sons. And to me, I don't think that there's anything, and I'm just say it live, better than the black man. I love them. Hands
I
up, hands
concur.
down. Listen, beautiful. Y'all see if I to see a black man wholeheartedly laugh and be in a joyous place, I'm hyped. I'm like I don't even know how to tell. I'm your hype man in the background. I'm your cheerleader. Like I love to see black men happy and engaging and just or relax or enjoy like the frolicking when the black men were frolicking. I was jumping around my living room like, yeah, frolic away, black man. So I get it that but there are some unsavory characters amongst your herd, and they are frightening your women. They are uncouth, and they have no self-control, and they are damaging your image. The same way the sexy reds and the yak mouth women are damaging amongst the female herd of women. Like the women, our flock is not all together either, because not all of us are neck rolling, giving you a hard time every day type black women either. So I get it, but I just feel like I hope I didn't even have a black male outside of my sons, which I didn't want to get them involved, that I could have even gone to talk to this man that would stand in the gap for me to say, bro, you was wrong for that, and don't put your hands on her no more. I didn't even have one black male that I know. I don't even know any black males that would have stood in the gap for me.
I'm gonna pause and give you a moment, sis. Um, I know a couple of black men that that you may not know that they would have, but I believe 110% wholeheartedly. I won't front they live here, but I'm telling you, I know because I know that some people that that I can name a couple of them for you that I know would have whether y'all kick it, but because they know you in this capacity, I put money on it. And not that money is the end all be all of the stamp of approval, but I mean I don't got none. I got like 50 cent for extracurricular dollars. But I would use all of the other money that would sustain my facility and my business, and I would risk that standing on that other point. But I know what that feels like, to feel like who in the hell is going to help me, who would be there to defend me. You get what I'm saying? And when you feel like you don't have none of that, I know what that feels like. I every day. So I received that 110%, and I felt that way also until I was told otherwise. And then the show up was otherwise. Like I recently had to tell a brother friend of mine that his homeboy groped me.
Mhm.
Okay. And I told him, and I looked at him and I said, we were on the phone. And I said, I'm gonna share something with you before you move or say anything. Just let me say it out loud, and then please give me time to handle it. was before I could even share it with him. But I had to know, one, I need to share this with you so you know how your boy move, and two, um, am I tripping? Was I wrong to feel weird about this happening? You know what I'm saying? Am I over exaggerating? Am I doing too much? You know what I'm saying? Am I being too sensitive? I hate that I even had to question. Am I being too sensitive? Because this fool ass man groped me and I ain't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't go off on him like I wanted to. So I had to tell somebody. But maybe I was just tripping. I mean, is that big of a deal? Is it that big of a deal? It is. It is that big of a deal. I don't care if he was caressing my fingers. Do you understand what I'm saying? We didn't. But if you touch my hand inappropriately, somebody, how do I say this? I have another friend, for his own comfort, all he did was put his hand on my arm. Okay. We were sitting there and we were talking, and he put his hand on my arm. But I will tell you, even that, because I didn't say, okay, touch me, or because I wasn't prepared to welcome you in I'm into energy work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and it's different. Like, I'm way hard into energy work, Reiki, universals change, and all of those things. You can't just touch me, because I'm gonna feel all of the stuff that you got coming off of you, whether it's lust, whether it's love, whether I'm gonna know, sir. You get what I'm saying? So when you touch me, I can feel all of that. And guess what makes that feel icky? If it's unwelcome, it's icky. It's icky. And I'll tell you this, sis, that even if you feel like you have no one to share that with, or nobody to help you in those times, or whatever the case may be, I'm not a man, but I got your back 130%.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do, because in the moment, um, in the moment, I didn't have anybody to talk to about it, and I didn't feel like. So this is how I feel. If I tell, and this is also part of my issue with myself as well that I'm working on, is I don't like to burden anybody, and the one thing I really don't like to do is burden my children. Like, I feel like I'm virile enough and agile enough that I shouldn't be burdening y'all with my issues, right? I'm not going, like a lady was flaunting to me about how her son pay all her bills. And I'm like, that's a damn shame. You still mobile. You could get up. Why would you make this baby? I don't know. Just for me, so I don't burden my sons with the things that test me, right? Or situations like that, because there's no way I could forgive myself if I get one of my sons involved, you know what I mean? And something happened to one of my children because you an ignorant dude and you thought it was okay to be Donald Trump and grab people by the vagina. You can't do that. Don't do that. Like, so if I tell my son, he is going to beat the brakes off of you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's been, what, 2 years? And it still affects me. But I didn't tell them. This is my first time publicly talking about it. And because I didn't want to get them involved in it, because I know my babies. And or people are like, they grown men. Yes, they are, but they still my children. They will be forever. So having 3 sons, I'm not going to get you involved in something that can possibly take your freedom or your life. If I can, so I didn't say anything to them. And then I don't really have like male friends. Like I don't have males that I'm like, oh, I kick it with my buddy, whoever. I don't have male friends, so the males that I know are not close enough in proximity to even care about that. Do you know what I mean? So at the time, I really didn't have anybody. Like I'm not just gonna call some random dude because we Facebook friends and tell him to stand in the gap for me. Like I don't know people. I don't know men are not close enough in my proximity to that I feel protected by them. So I'm out here every day still protecting myself. And what whether that comes across as wearing the pants or however it comes across, I'm literally out here protecting myself and still protecting my children because they are all that I have, right? And so I am out here defending myself. And so now I know how to really handle that situation if it ever happens again.
So I think about what you're saying, I get it. Like I think about stuff like that. Like um, I got a couple of brothers, a couple of homeboys. You get what I'm saying? That are, but I'm talking about on a regular day to day basis, and that's what I think about this when I think about being as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Living in Milwaukee. And I think we had this conversation on blowradio.com before. As a matter of fact, I'm sure this conversation has come up multiple times. I hate that I don't feel quote unquote safe in my community. Um, like I know it, I know it's some, it's not all. You know what I'm saying? And I know it ain't the majority. You get what I'm saying? But it's a handful and it's spread throughout the community. That's more than enough to create um this terrible um what do you call it? This scarring in my trust when it comes to these particular men. And I love the fact that right now we're talking about men, but notice that we're not talking about a specific race. We just said men. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not, we are not here bashing black men. We are not here talking about how they should and what they should or should not do. We're talking about people who are men who have taken liberties in either one of our lives directly. You get what I'm saying? But there are hundreds of thousands. We talking about across the country. You get what I'm saying? Of women who deal with this constantly. And I'm not to again, like I'll be 50 in just a little over a month. And when I think back over all the years, just my adult years, and how many times I had to grab somebody's hand or shrug somebody off, or you know what I'm saying, lean away because somebody was from behind in a space like I don't know you like that, or you are unwelcome, or don't do that. You get what I'm saying? And now you done messed up my day. You done messed up my night or my evening or whatever the case may be. I ain't gonna tell you as an entertainer. I ain't gonna tell you I'm in the studio. You get what I'm saying? And how I've had to tell several people, no, no, I'm not here for that. And then you offended because if I can touch and flirt and play with man A, I'm just using it whatever. I don't have to be attracted to man B, D, C, K, L, whatever the case may be. And I shouldn't feel weird about that. Like I'm not attracted to you, and you are not welcome in my space. And just because you feel like, well, you let him do it, I don't like you like that. You are not welcome like that. You get what I'm saying? How is that? You're not welcome like that, and you feel you and your feelings. You feel some kind of way. Why? I mean, and it's okay. You like you. Why you only like me because you want to put your penis on my shoulder? You think that's okay? that we in the studio and we hanging out, kicking it, and I should just turn around and you got your crusty penis on my shirt. Now I got to take, sir, get it off. Get it off. No, thank you. You're unwelcome. Thank you. No, I don't want to do anything with that. I'm displeased. Thank you. Or if I'm sitting somewhere and I might reach to grab something, and as I'm bending to get something, you wanna help me from the bottom. I don't need you to grab my ass or my pussy from the back. You get what I'm saying? At all. I don't need that to happen. Keep your hand off. It's not, you're not, we're not intimate. There's nothing about us that we ain't never kissed. You ain't never embraced me. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you done kissed it. If you touching my vagina, you done kissed my lips. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you. And so there's been an open engagement. You kissed my lips before you've touched my vagina. And that's just me and how I'm intimate. You know what I'm saying? So if you just randomly out, sir, please don't make me. And then you're right. It make you want to be violent. You know what I'm saying? And now if I'm punching you in your shit, and now I'm wrong. You're right. I'm not saying you're not gonna. You may win this fight, but you gonna know I was there. You definitely gonna know I was there. You understand what I'm saying? But like, no matter what it is, whatever. Oh, you should let me. I should fuck you, fam. No, and I don't mean it as an invitation of intimacy either when I say fuck you. I mean cake bricks, my G, cake bricks.
Is muted. Okay, can you hear me? Oh, okay. So sorry about that. So in the business community, you cannot cross any boundaries, and I don't at all. I don't even give you the inkling that I like him more than I like you. Don't you come over here with that, and nigga, don't you come over here with that. Don't none of y'all come over here with that. If you're gonna come over here with something, it's gonna be a contract or a check. Otherwise, don't come over here. Business, always, every single day, 365 days a year, is always about money. It is never about trying to see who I can, you know, level up by getting into bed with. No, I don't. No, 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 no. And it's some women who make their way through the business community in that manner through the bed. I never have. I never will. That's probably why I'm not liked as much, but it is what it is. I never even give them, I have a resting bitch face that is so scary that people literally are like, you might turn men into stone. I do not, when I come, I don't come, when I come to the business table, I don't come to play at all. Well, I don't want to, if you even look at my shirt too long, it's going to be a problem. So that same assertiveness that I have in business, I wish it could translate sometimes over into, like relationally or in the community. I'm really gonna say in that one instance, because I have learned to check niggas at this beautiful age. Like I have learned to be like, no, I don't like you. And I've learned to do it with tact and class. And I know I'm using the N word, and whoever don't like it, oh well. So I've learned to check people like, I don't like you. You don't like me. You don't mean me no good. Leave me alone. I don't think we should talk any further. Like, why are you calling me? I'm blocking you, whatever. I've learned to do that, but I've always done it in business, because in the industry that I'm in the construction industry, like you cannot play with these guys. Like they will go too far. I remember doing a cleaning job for windows and having the guy pretend to help me on the ladder. Bitch, I don't need help on no ladder. While your hands are on my ass to try to help me on the ladder, I should call your wife. Shot should call your wife. Nigga, I know your wife. Touch me one more time. But I joked it off. But I'm like, if you touch me again, you know I'm gonna call your wife. Maybe she can come hold my ass cheeks up. Keep playing with me. Like, don't do it. But they play too much. They play too much. They play too much. And it's a problem. But I don't play that in the business community. But that was somebody that I know socially. Like, I just, like, men are just, some men just don't have any self-control. They don't have any emotional or social intelligence. Like, you don't even socially know how to let a woman know that you're attracted to her without being a deviant pervert. Like, get your fucking life together. I'm sorry.
That's so crazy to me. Don't apologize for that. Like, for real, that's so crazy to me. Like, yes, I expect that. Okay, so I know some men who use men humans, we're animals too. You have natural animal instincts. Absolutely, we do. You know what I'm saying? Which means you are naturally attracted to the mating concept or process, naturally want to engage in those type of intimacies. When you see somebody, you are naturally turned on by some. That's fine. I don't care that you have these natural feelings. You respond according, your body. You something you can't stop who you attracted to. What you can do though is motherfucking be in control of what you do about it, because you have these feelings and attractions. And how do I expect you to be in control? I mean, well, damn, are we not supposed to be the most advanced form of species? Are we not? We think, we decide, we choose. We don't have we have option to be primal or to be mature, to develop along the way. And if that's what we're supposed to have been, yeah, motherfucker, I expect you to very much so control yourself. Dude, could you imagine? Like, I'm not trying to, this is keep it 100. Could you imagine what I would look like out of control? I swear it would be so bad for just like I said, look, could you imagine what I would look like if I had no self-control for nothing? I'm barely able to control what the fuck I'm eating. And you hear me? Like, do you know what it would look like if we were out of control?
Right.
You have no idea. You couldn't stomach it. You couldn't stomach it if we were primally, and say don't get just primally motivated. Don't understand that, because for whatever reason in your minds, some of you think that women don't have desires. We don't have we're not the ability to control ourselves. We're dainty and we're this, we're that. No, motherfucker, we take the time out to consider that's not gonna be a good look. We're not doing it. I'm gonna tell you, I don't care what woman tells you she see a dude and be like, man, he could, but she don't. She had it cross your mind. Just like the same woman who think about she would like to tear up your shit, but she don't do it because a thought came to her mind. I've never even know you didn't do it, but in that moment you understood why it's happened before. And the moment you grasp that, you be like, yeah, that's probably not gonna be a good look. The outcome of this is not gonna fare well. You know what I'm saying? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I know you get what I'm saying, Shannon. I know you get what I'm saying. I'll be like, don't out of control me, nigga.
I don't really think that they understand. And it's so crazy because people perceive me as very conservative. And I am to a point, but every single day that I live and breathe, I am a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio every day. That is, so I innately by nature, primal. That's why they won't stay off my line once I let them go. Primal. I've walked into an establishment and been like, bro, you lucky. Well, and I'd be like, oh, good morning. But it never crossed my mind to walk over and grab this man's penis. Like, it never even It was never even a thought. But am I attracted to you? Can you get it? Absolutely. You love and what's crazy is you have no idea who you are. You would never know. You wouldn't, because I'm never gonna slide out of character. One, because I have self-control. Two, because I have emotional and social, which is something we never talk about, intelligence. I have social intelligence. Can you get it? Yeah, we can never be in a situation. We can never be in a situation, fam. You and me can never be in a situation where it was mutual. It's over. It's over. So I don't want men to think that we don't that women don't operate like that. It's just the social intelligence to not touch what is not ours. Like, I know some women do it. I know some women are grossly inappropriate in public spaces. I know women that grope men. I've seen it. I've been on Water Street before. So I've seen women, inappropriately touch men. And I'm just like, have a seat, or women being too forward and falling on all over men and putting their boobs on their arms and just all kind of stupid stuff. So I've seen it. And I know you guys get it too as males. I know y'all get it. I know you feel what it feels like to be inappropriately approached by a woman, but in the same breath, it's inappropriate in that manner for women to approach and or touch men inappropriately, and it's wrong for it to happen to women. In this shared experience with Patrice, I'm just letting you know what it looks like from our perspective. I wish that there were some men on the line that they could chime into what they experience, in public, as far as like sexual assault, or if they've ever been in a situation where they feel like it was sexual assault. And then we can talk about and around or directly about how men stereotypically handle that, because you being touched by your 25-year-old auntie is still sexual assault. It's still inappropriate, at the age of 8 or 10 or whatever the case may be. And that can be damaging. And we don't talk about that in our community, especially, but we don't talk about that type of stuff that happens to men either.
And you are listen. I know, well, I know what stories have come across when we talk about why men don't share these types of things, or why they're taught to not, to be more embracing of it. You get what I'm saying? And I think because people have taught them that it's a win if it happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you whatever strap of masculinity that comes along with, oh, this older woman is desiring you, so you feel some kind of way. Even when you're a child and you feel like it ain't good, and your people's telling you to high five you, whatever. So they feel like, excuse me, this is an assumptive statement. I just want to say that. So they present that, well, if it's okay, I mean, why is it such a big deal if I touch you then? Why is it such a big deal if, you know what I'm saying, if you're uncomfortable with, you understand what I'm saying? Like, why is it such a big deal if I just showing you that I'm attracted to you? Because I told you no, because you weren't invited, because you're not welcome, because I'm not attracted to you, because it's not okay, because no, that's why. That's it. Because no, you get what I'm saying? And it's true. You shouldn't be growth either, sir. I asked a guy friend of mine, several guy friends of mine, if somebody that you were not attracted to walked up to you, hey, how you doing, whatever, and you know what I'm saying, aside from the side eye and the over her head, you would look past her, because why is this unattractive ass, and I could name all kind of names I could call this woman, you know what I'm saying, up in your face. I mean, she blocking, making so that other niggas can't get, other women can't see you. You can't get past her. because she in the way. You know what I'm saying? Here you are, here she is, and all of the things that you are unattracted to. Now, whatever it is that make her unattracted to you, maybe she extra thin, maybe she got too many curves. You know what I'm saying? Maybe her face is, that only what your mother could love. I don't know what it is that you find unattractive. Maybe it's her hair length. Maybe it's her breath. Maybe, I don't know, whatever it is in that moment about this particular woman that you are definitely not attracted to. Imagine this woman standing there, hey, how you doing? And you like, oh, I'm good, whatever. Real passive, like niggas be dry shoving, what's the word I'm looking? What's the word when you shrub your shoulder somebody? You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Hmm.
When you dry shoving people off, and you be like, but she at you, you know what I'm saying? And she at you, she coming hard. Let me get you a drink. Let me whatever. And you like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. And in your middle of nah, I'm good, she just decides she want to grab your sack. So she just welcomes herself to holding it to you, and then she be like, "That's nice. What's your next move, son? What's your next move?" And they most pause just like that, because if it was somebody that she could kind of sort of get it, it's okay if you kind of sort of could get it. But I'm like, no, take her off the table. That chick not over here. Not the chick that if not the last call of the night chick, not even her. This is the absolutely I would not. I ain't going. No matter what the situation, what I don't care under whatever circumstances. She can't get it. Not even she can't see a picture of it when it was 10 years ago type picture. You understand what I'm saying? When it was never at your best or in your finest hour. This the chick. What you gonna do, son? What you gonna do? And you know what they did? Every last one of them. Pause. Pause. Not a word to be said, because in that moment he was clueless. It. That's what it's like, yo. Because it made like now the offense that come along with that, the violation. Now, I'm not talking about she just got a little swipe pass, because we know what the little swipe look like. We just walk, do a little accidental brush, because the accidental brush happened. No, not that. She went down and dirty and got a whole handful of all of the madness. What you gonna do? Nothing in the moment. Or you gonna be violent? You gonna cut her? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And what if right when you decide to cuss her out, I don't know, she pull out pepper spray and tell you, if you scream, she gonna spray you. Or she got a blade and she gonna threaten, if you move, she gonna cut you. Don't say nothing. Stand still before she cut you. Or if you know what I'm saying, it could be all kind of things that she could do in that moment that make you completely not move. I don't know. You don't want a gun in your hip because she want to hold your balls. You know what I'm saying? And she just want to. She just because she had to see. She just had to see. Are they soft and squishy? Are they firm? They drawn close to your body? What they look like? What they feel like? She just wanted to know. She just wanted to know. What you gonna do? Sick of y'all. I just mad all over again. Let me read this comments real quick.
Okay.
Katina Cole chimed in. What up, sis? How you doing? Shout out to Crystal Ship for jumping in the conversation. She said, good afternoon, Queens. How y'all doing? Katina says, Shannon, did I meet you at Happy Days with the pimp player debate? Hugs. Yes, that is very much. Yes. Crystal Ship said, rock your denim on April 24th to stand in solidarity with survivors and thrivers of sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Katina said, toxic masculinity hurts men more than women. Everett Gransberry said, great day to you, sisters. I think that you as women are wired vibrationally to the entire universe. It makes you inherently prone to emotional reaction to things that move you the wrong way. I
Yeah.
too am a Scorpio and have experienced sexual inappropriate behavior from females just because I am a Scorpio. That in itself is just plain wrong. And is your comment, sister, are welcome.
Mm-hmm.
On you, Shan.
Oh no, I was just having a very transparent moment. Um, there's a guy that I really, really liked, like the type of person, and I don't like very many people. So, um, well, I'm a social person, but as far as like liking somebody enough that they give me butterflies in my stomach, very rarely. Um, and there's this guy that I really, really, really liked, and we were at a popular bar downtown, and I was standing and I was having a good time. I was at a birthday party, and I'm standing on this platform and I'm looking to the back of the bar, and I see what I think is him, but my um consumption of gin gimlets was making it a little sketchy. And so I was looking back in the back of the bar, like, I know that's him. I could spot him anywhere. That's him. It's him. As he started walking, even in my, I was, I had a drink, or it only takes one for me or two. And he was walking towards the front of this bar, and everything in my body, and I do mean everything in my body, wanted to reach out and touch him. And he put his hand on the ledge, and I wanted to touch him so bad. And that's when I realized, okay, I have got to block this person. Number one, because I know I like him more than he will ever like me. But as he was walking out, it was palpable. For me, it was. I don't know what it was for him, because I don't even think he knows. I think he knows that I like him, but I don't think he really cares. But in that moment, even in my tipsiness, I had discipline and self control. So he ended up walking the ladies, plural, that he was with to the car and coming back in. And then when I left out, he had left out behind me. And I noticed that he was walking behind me. And I was like, "You are so bogus." He was like, "No, you bogus." I'm like, "No, you are bogus." And because I know he knows that I like him, but I'm just speaking about self-control, because I was thinking to myself, like, okay, what men, again, here I'm being reflective, like what are men experiencing in the time when they see somebody that they like, that they just want to consume. And for me in that moment, I was, the carnal side of me was thinking, girl, and but the civil side in me and the rational side in me was saying, don't do any, don't make it weird. Not even that it would be inappropriate, even though it would have been. Don't make it weird. And then as we're walking out, I was like, was that your girlfriend? He was like, no, we was on a date. And I'm like, well, are you single? And then he was like, yes. And I said, then you fair game. It's may the best woman win. And then, but they just made me think about like what men go through when maybe they see somebody and maybe they don't have that filter or that barrier that says, don't make it weird. Like, don't go and grope this woman's boobs because they're not for you to touch, sir. That don't, you know, despite what Sexy Red said, like, don't touch women inappropriately, because Lord knows that day. And so I blocked him.
You blocked him on the internet and socially?
Put I blocked him on everything. I blocked him on Facebook, Instagram. I blocked him out of my phone. I was like, no, because I know, because I don't even want to see what you're doing. I don't even want to see what you're doing. I don't even want to see what you're doing, because I don't even want to know what's going on with you. You blocked on everything. So yeah.
That's funny. But when I say funny, I mean like I get it, because do what you got to do to control yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying it to be too harsh, but you understand what I'm saying? If you got to talk to yourself, if you got to set boundaries for yourself, so you don't do anything that's inappropriate, You get what I'm saying? Or that would quote unquote make it weird. You get what I'm saying? Like there, you got to be able to draw the line, and it's a lot of people, and I don't want to just say that men that it's just men who don't know what that look like. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And some dudes will be like, well, I see girls out with their friends, and you know how some women, when they dancing, if they breasts are shaking or they butt shaking, they girls will be slapping and popping or whatever the case may be. Uh, she was welcome to that space, sir. Just hear me out for whatever there's a mutual exchange going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And whether and if it's a safe space for her, she not safe with you. You get what I'm saying? She not yet. It's earn it. Earn that space. You get what I'm saying? Be welcomed. I had to teach. I remember
mm,
was that I had to use the word teach. And I but that's what it was. It was a teaching moment. We were at the bar when when I had happy days, and I had to tell some of the guy friends that I had that would come there, and like be welcomed before you start reaching in to touch people, even if it's a hug. And when I don't say be welcomed, like just in this 1 second, I mean every time you see her until you know that there is an what do you say a non need to keep renewing that trust. You understand what I'm saying? Until you know. Otherwise, you have to renew that engagement every time. Be welcomed every time. And if you don't, she's going to feel weird when you touch her. She's going to be uncomfortable. And whether it's a you thing or not, maybe you didn't do it. You don't know what happened to her before she saw you again. It could have been anything. Somebody, well, I mean, how I'm supposed to know about what somebody else did? You don't assume anything. You don't know. And because you don't know, be welcomed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
mm,
It's not hard because you don't know. Because you don't know that maybe last night she went home and on her way there, she may have been assaulted and had the chance to
mm,
say a word to tell anybody about anything. And so she feeling weird about anybody touching her. And now here you come. Hey, sis. Now you done engulfed me and I'm responding weirdly and you don't know why because you didn't do nothing to me. But if I'm in trauma response. You don't
mm,
know this. You don't know this. And you're right. There's no way that you're going to ask. No, she's not going to walk around with a sign on her. She is not going to say, you know what I'm saying, that she's not going to do that. You have to be willing to say, hey, can I, you know what I'm saying? Get the hands up, yo. You know what I'm saying? Get it. And that's okay. But be welcomed every time. Not
mhm,
until you know.
mm,
Until you know. And even then, be welcomed. You get what I mean? Because that's
mhm,
your space. The same thing, sir. If Rasputia just decided that she was gonna have you, you get what I'm saying, and that ain't your cup of tea, you gonna feel some kind of way. You get what I'm saying? If Big John Blueback decided he was gonna have you and you weren't with that, you're gonna feel some kind of way.
mhm,
At multiple times of the day, and you don't have to just suck it up and deal with it. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. No,
mm,
ma'am. Katina Cole
mm,
said, "Some know better." I have guy friends get mad when they found out someone touched me wrong. Exactly. She said self control and respect came into play. It did, and she handled that just right. Absolutely. She was like, and because I need to
mm.
gather myself, block, 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 block. Like, till I can breathe together to get it together. I wish some dudes could get themselves together like that. Like, yo, bro, you out of control right now. Cause I mean, if you say you got a daughter, you got sisters, you got aunts, you got a grandmother, you had a mother. That's how you got here. You understand what I'm saying? At
Mhm,
minimum, you had a grandmother and you had a mother because that's how you got here. You might not have no sisters. You might not have no daughters. You may have a significant other that you care about. You got a homegirl that you care about. Imagine how you would feel if somebody did to one of them what you were so comfortable with doing to somebody else's niece, auntie, grandma, ma, daughter. You feel me? Imagine it.
Mhm.
Tina said, exactly, Treese. That was a bit ago. And Crystal said, shout out to both of you for being dope queens doing dope things. Ship, hooray. Yeah. This good, Patrice. Thank you, Ship. I appreciate you. Ever said, we appreciate you chiming in, Ever. We're looking for some masculine input.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. It is hard for me to do anything but show you respect. It may sound strange, and maybe it's because I grew up in a time where disrespecting women just didn't happen. I will offer this advice to any brother who chooses to use this statement as a mantra of sorts. Some things, let me just have my screen popped up. Some things had best remain a fallacy of your mind. Just my stuff. Come on now, have it in your head. Dream of me often, as much as you want to, in your mind, fam. When you
Listen,
decide you got to dream out loud, include me in the process, yo. Because if you don't know what could happen. What if I was in Psycho Freaky Jason mode? I know people don't understand what that look like. Is sometimes I carry my weapon because, and then sometimes I don't because when I'm too close to the trigger. I see you, sis. I'm gonna let you comment. Let me read this other comment I got you. Let me see. Katina said some know, others. It's just some folks feel like they have agency. That's why white folks touch your hair and some male advances in the air. Oh my goodness. And some male advances in the air. I have to check folks for touching me for attention on the plane. I had an incident when someone got in my face. Others, what? Others are embarrassed. Speak on it, y'all. We trying. Tanya said, "Facts, cousin. What's going on? Listen, don't, I'm just saying. Here you go, Shan.
okay. So when I knew that it was a problem that I had to block this person, I was down. I was down at Allure and I didn't even turn around and I knew he was behind me. And I was like, now I'm down here looking. I just came from this construction site. Lord, why of today of all the days would you have this man come into this bar? I have never seen him in this place. And I was talking to my girlfriend who is a bartender, and he was talking about going to out of the country for his birthday. And he was talking about his, we were just having a conversation and it was great. I was elated in the inside, like I was literally like screaming and running back and forth, like the little bitty me in the inside. But on the outside, I was just, really calm about it, about us having this conversation. So he was going out of the country. And when he got up and left, and I started talking to my girlfriend, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna fly out there because he told me what hotel he was staying in. And mind you, this is in Europe. So he's going to Europe for his birthday. And I was like, I should fly out there and bring him some Don. He liked Don Perignon. I think I'm gonna fly out there and bring it to his hotel. And then I was like, "Are you insane?" Like the tiny me on the right side was like, "Are you insane?" And the other side of me was like, "Well, you got those airline credits, and the credit card is clear, and Don is like what $200, $150 a bottle. You got this. You should just go and be like surprise." And I was like, "Are you insane? Are you insane? Get your life together." And that's when I was like, "No." And then my girlfriend was on the other side of the bar, like, "Are you crazy?" And I was like, obviously, because I like this person more than I think that he would ever like me. And that just made, but now it puts me into the emotional state of what men could potentially feel like when they see somebody that they like and you are all in all of your voluptuousness, but they maybe just don't have the self control that says, you know what, don't do the insane thing, don't do the inappropriate thing, don't do the creepy thing. They just, that one trigger that's supposed to be there may not always be there. So, yeah. Whew.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
It's a thing. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, first of all, I appreciate your transparency because that type of honesty, you get what I'm saying, is what people need. Like for real. Like you need to be that honest with yourself. Like, okay, I'm doing it. And I will tell you that I could understand the space of debate because he told you where he was going. You know what I'm saying? Listen, he not only did he tell you where he was going, he told you where he was staying, all the things. You get what I'm saying? Like you're like, wait a minute now. Is this an invitation? Let's be clear on this invitation real quick. You get what I'm saying? Let's be clear on the invitation because that's what it sounds like. I can swing by. You know what I mean? I listen, I get it. Katina said, shit, use your words before you like me. Woo, me? Yes. Who me? I got you. Shannon said, Tina said, excuse me, whoopee voice asked Shannon, you in danger, girl. Laughing my ass off. We've been there. I got you. Listen, it's a thing. We have been there, and it's not like I ain't never been attracted to somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out. Let me put my madam hat on real quick and figure out what is it that I can say and or do to garner this man's attention. You get what I'm saying? I get that. You get what I'm saying? It's not that I don't want to not be attracted to somebody or want to draw somebody attracted to me, but I'm probably not gonna just walk up and fondle his sack. Probably not. You get what I'm saying? I'm probably not gonna walk up and then and grip his thighs and be like, I just want to know if I can hold if I can hold on if I grab right here. What kind of shit is that? I'm just saying, let me walk up behind him and then and just jump on his back, be like, I was trying to see if you could hold me or not. What kind of no nigga? I'm just saying, we're talking about just making it so that it makes sense on the other side of the table. I'm just saying, not that a dude would just jump and see if I can hold him. I'm just saying, you want to see if you can pick me up? Can you hold me though? Let me see. Here, hold on. Can you catch me? Let me throw myself on you real quick. You know what I'm saying? Oh, then let me bend over in front of you and bounce my ass on you, and we not on the dance floor. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying you're just gonna bend over right here, and I'm gonna scoot back enough just so I could move my ass from side to side, hopefully to catch this little bump you got at the front of your pants and catch it between my ass cheeks. Now, see, now I'm being whole extra. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. You feel me? I'm just trying to tell you, we've all been in the bed next to a significant other, and you turn over and on purposely put part of your body on him because why? You want them to be attracted. You want them to feel that attraction. You want them to know that in this moment, I'm trying to get your attention. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's the front part of you, maybe a man is a breast man. So you will put your breast on his arms or whatever the case may be, or lean up against him so he can feel some parts of you. Or maybe he like asses. So of course you're gonna turn around and toot your ass up. Like you see all this right here. So y'all seen the memes of the girl be chasing them around the room, putting her butt on him. They don't squirt all on the floor trying to get comfortable because it's too hot. I'm just saying, whatever that attraction is, all we're saying is if we're supposed to be, and I'm gonna say this because everybody might not agree. The dominant species, human, is where I'm using with that. Okay, human animals, there's other type of animals, other type of mammals, whatever. But human, we were granted intellect, okay, the ability to decipher right and wrong. Some animals have that too. This is a good idea. This is all bad. That's the survival instincts. But we were also granted the skill set to to think. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to use that, yo. You can use your words. Use your words. Or your esophagus might be crooked. I know that wasn't very nice either. Tina said, if I was Treese, if I was Treese, I would get him a massage. Wait a minute, I have a little booty. I can't do that. Oops, shut up. You're so crazy. It's all kind of things that we could do to draw and garner attention. It's just a whole lot of respect that needs to be understood. We got to do better about what that look like. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better about, hey guys, hey from Memphis, I see you in Instagram. I see y'all. We just have to do better about respecting one another and keeping your hands to yourself. Like it's you gotta be invited, yo. You gotta be. You gotta know that it's okay, and not just one time. Every time. Every time. Every time. I say that because people think, well, just because we did it once, then I mean now I have liberty to you. You don't.
Mhm.
You don't. I know that's crazy. Even some people feel like, well, if we're married, I should be able to. Whoa. Now that's whatever the rules that y'all set up in your own marriage, please abide by them. I just want to say that or whatever. But just remember that a person's body is still theirs. You know, you decided once you got married, you got to give up. Give up what?
Mhm.
Let me back off. We just gonna stick here because I be done pissed off the whole city. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel like I have some, I don't know, some interesting not insight, but definitely some interesting views about that in the marriage realm. I feel like you, on the one hand, I feel like you are committed to um being as one, and that your body is your body, but it's also your mate's body. I don't know. I do. So, um, but I also feel that there are boundaries that can be crossed in the marriage realm that constitute a violation of personal space, and you can never take it, if that makes any sense. And I do know people who have been in the marriage, who've been married. I was just with the father of my kids for like 13 years, but we were never married. So I understand fully of what it means to be in a space where you don't necessarily, you not feeling it, but your mate is. So then I don't know, something in me. I'm old school, so I say, you should want to make your mate happy, right? Especially if that person is making you happy. Um, and if that's, but it should never be a force, if that makes any sense. Like it should never be a forced thing that they're doing to you. I don't know if I'm making sense with that, but yeah. So,
You making plenty sense. It's even in those situations. You get what I'm saying? Like when you don't want to, but your mate is in the mood. You get what I'm
mhm,
saying? And my personal opinion is on that because I do believe that you've committed yourself, mind and body. You get what I'm saying? To building to securing this relationship. You get what I'm
mhm,
saying? Committed yourself to be available in the capacities of intimacy for your partner because you don't want them anywhere else. It's just you and I. So we've agreed to be intimate with one another according to these standards. No, don't rape me. You understand what I'm saying?
mhm,
Don't rape me, husband. You know what I'm saying? Or husband or wife, don't rape your husband. You get what I'm saying? Again,
mhm,
that's why I said within the boundaries of the agreements that you guys have for intimacy. But in my personal opinion, if you came in home and you ready, you would need to be in the mood. Nothing a little coercion ain't gonna fix, Poppy. You know what
mhm,
I'm saying? I'm like, I'm having a bad day. My day is criminal, but you feel like I understand you having a bad day. I really need to. I'm stressed out too, but I'm feeling sexually stressed out, and I need to get some of this tension off. Whatever. Let's figure out how we can get there together. How can I shake that off you so we can get this moving? You go. What I'm saying? We start talking about
mhm,
prioritizing mental wellness in that moment. You know what I'm saying? What's the most important? Did you just have a bad day working your job and then Miss Tripping? Can you sit that down for a minute and we can build, or did something of great importance happen and shifted this? You know what I'm saying? And do we need to address that? And then let's, you know what I'm saying? Or otherwise, if you look, you try to buy six potato chips and they only have five at the shop. You know what I'm saying? At the store when you went there, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to take that and just go and put it on the shelf You know what I'm saying? And then we
Mm-hmm.
get back to them potato chips. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not. Let's weigh our prioritizing what's important here. You get what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, now I just got the phone and my nana or my brother or my sister, something is not well, somebody is not well, and it's really on me, then let's comfort me through this moment, and let's comfort each other. Let's talk about prioritizing what's important. You get what I'm saying? And you need some loving, and I need some loving, different kind of loving, whatever. Maybe you'll coerce me to feel it some kind of way. I know you're in a bad mood right now. Let me just love on you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's not forcing you into a space. That's exchanging. You know what I'm saying? Let me love on you while I'm being satisfying this need as well. Again, within the parameters of your relationship. Just don't rape me, sir. You get what I'm saying? Knock
Mm-hmm.
me down, snatch my stuff off, take me, and then cause fuck how I'm feeling, cause fuck what I had to do with. Don't do that. You get what I'm saying? Do the things that engage me, comfort me, be there for me, and encourage me. I put them shits down. It's like when I come home, if you in a space, you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what's going on with you. Let me make sure you good, because now I need you to be warm and welcoming. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
something's wrong, can we address that? But if it's some stuff like, and I'm serious, man, I've been in the grocery store all day. You know what I'm saying? And I went to the grocery store and I spent all this time and this mess or whatever. I understand that happened. Okay, that's cool. Whatever the case may be. Can we come back to that? You understand what I'm saying? Can
Mm-hmm.
we address this? Do you need to address this right now, or can we come back to that? You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to feel good, but I want you to feel good in this moment because I want it to be good. I want us to have good sex. I want us to have good intimacy. You know what I'm saying? So what can I do to put that at ease so we can get to this thing? And don't be
Mm-hmm.
offended by that. You feel what I'm saying? Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to T. Arthur Archer. What's good, Mama? How you doing? Plus, what he should want it at my best. Let me say my body. Katina says, my body being one is about health to me, not agency. There are times that mentally and physically we need to respect it, and absolutely, absolutely. I'm just saying. And she said that makes me want to fucking well, and you was kind and you was smart and you was loving in that time. Yeah, I'm probably gonna want to do all the things for you, especially if you took the time out. Just a moment. It's a moment. You need to share that. You need to talk about what's going on. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, so I just wanted, first off, I think that this is wild. Statistically, there is a rape statistic by state. And for Wisconsin, there were 2,959 incidents reported. 300, but only 331 of them were had arrests. And then 501 of them are now on the sex offenders, or were arrested as sex offenders. I just thought that this was really um, some interesting statistics. We are number 16. California is the highest with 18,100 cases. Texas is second. Florida is third. Michigan is fourth. We're 16th on that list of how many incidents have happened in 2023. And then in the state of Wisconsin, under our state statute, sexual assault has 4 different levels. So there's first degree all the way to 4th degree sexual assault. And
Can you talk about what those are like individually, please?
sure, I'm reading this from the UWRF website, so I'm citing their information. And it says first degree sexual assault, a person can be in prison for up to 40 years. It's sexual intercourse or sexual conduct without consent, which inflicts great bodily harm or pregnancy, or sexual intercourse or sexual contact without consent accomplished by using or threatening to use a dangerous weapon or violence. That carries a 40-year sentence, possibly. And that's first degree. There are different, two other statutes under there that would constitute first degree sexual assault. Second degree sexual assault is a person can be in prison for up to 20 years with a $10,000 fine. And sexual intercourse or sexual contact without consent through the use of threat of violence, or sexual intercourse or sexual contact without consent which causes injury, including illness, disease, impairment of the sexual or reproductive organs, or mental anguish requiring psychiatric care, or sexual intercourse or sexual assault during intoxication. So that's second degree, and there are two other various statutes under there, like sexual intercourse or sexual contact without consent with a person who has not attained the age of 16. So that's second degree. Third degree is a $10,000 fine. It includes sexual intercourse with a person without consent of that person, or sexual contact with intentional penile ejaculation with a person without consent of that person, which that's really weird. I don't know what that means. Like, are men going around and ejaculating on women? All right.
Absolutely. Or if you walk past somebody, the indecent exposure thing, and somebody's ejaculating and then they do it on someone. You get what I'm saying? Out of fucking control. That's the quote unquote the walk around perv thing. You get what I'm saying? Or if you were asleep at the crib, minding your business. You get what I'm saying? And I'm saying it because I know this happened to someone that I know, and he wasn't touching her, but he was imagining whatever while near her, and then relieved himself on her. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. So he didn't get to touch her. He just, because he thought that was okay, that I'm not touching you. You understand what I'm saying? And but I'm gonna relieve myself, and then leave it on you, um, intentional or not. You understand what I'm saying? And so now you've violated that exactly. I know you like, what the fuck? Exactly. Exactly. I know. Here you go, sis. Please continue. Please continue.
I just like what? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Fourth degree sexual assault, a person can be in prison not more than 9 months, with a $10,000 fine, is having sexual contact with a person without that person's consent. Sexual contact means any of the following: intentional touching, either directly or through clothing, by the use of any body part or object. And so that's what fourth degree is. That's not the full definition. You can go onto this website and take a look at the full definitions of each one of these, or you can Google definitions of Wisconsin law on sexual assault, and see what all is there. But the fact that somebody would relieve themselves on another human being without them being knowledgeable about it is just, I mean, how, and you're a man, which means that you are the stronger vessel. What are you expecting for me to, what a reaction what type of lack of self-control do you have that you thought that was an okay behavior? And I also want to ask the people in the comments if they feel like the toxic online culture and the hypersexualization of Black women is constituting the higher incident rates that we are seeing, now versus when we were growing up? Or is it just we have more access and exposure?
Yeah, y'all heard. So I'm gonna give them a chance to answer whatever the case may be. I don't think it's just that though. I don't think that it's because we are hypersexualized. I don't think that's it. And here's the deal though. We're hypersexualized in the industry, but you got to think we're only exposed to. And I've been noticing this. Like I'm like, how come everything I see now is only black foolishness? Like I see all this black, all my memes are black, all the inboxes that I get, not inbox, all the TikToks that come up on my line, or it's majority black people, right? So I wonder, like, do other races get to see the majority of their own people doing some of the tomfoolery that I've seen? You get what I'm saying? So that are also, or is everybody only just looking at us as a collective? You understand what I'm saying? Tina had added some things. She said it happens in relationships too. It does. You get what I'm saying? And what I wanted to, I'm glad you read that. Can you send me that link also, sis? If you send it to me, then I will share it here in this post. I mean, share it on the in our comments here for the guests, and then I'll make sure it comes to the screen, and then I'll make sure that it's on um the link for the show for today. Um, I'm glad you read them, because what I need people to understand is what we've experienced most recently in the conversation that you and I were having is fourth degree sexual assault. Okay. And I need people to understand that when you are unwelcomed and you are touching people in a sexual manner with intent for whatever, fourth degree, fam, unwelcomed. You understand what I'm saying? And it just, oh, okay. You finna call in. I got you, sis. Give me 1 second. I'm finna I'll turn off my I think the DND was on. Hold on 1 second. I'll make it so that you can call in. Um I'm sorry about that. I think that I'm gonna put you on voice. Shannon, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I did just send over. I just put it in the text box of what what I was reading, the statistic, and I will also put in. Um, I will also put in the link to the degrees of what degree of sexual assault is the statutes in Wisconsin, which is
Awesome. Thank you.
basically how
Oh no,
many.
Tina, I meant to turn it off. So please feel free to call back. Again, the number is 414-885-4739. Y'all already know I love it. I prefer you call in. I want you to call in. Let me make this adjustment real quick.
Call from Katina Cole. To accept, press 1. To send.
Thank you for logging on to blowradio.com. Welcome to Monday. You are officially live with Patrice. Thank you for being a call in, and me and my guest, Shannon Jefferson, are welcome to talk with you. Who's on the line, please?
Hi, this is Katina.
Hi,
I think I'm under Katina Cole. How
You
you
are
doing?
today. How's your good?
Oh, hey, Shannon. First of all, thank you, girl. Thank you for your transparency. I'm trying not to look at y'all because it's behind. So let me get away from my TV because I'm looking at y'all on TV.
Wow.
That for your transparency and also for just the word. Y'all preaching a sermon today. So I appreciate you all bringing awareness to that. It was a lot. I was typing, so I was like, let me answer my answer, I guess, to Shannon's question about if it's about exposure and access now, or if or how we've been sexualized, if I understand you correctly.
Yeah.
She said, yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. I think it was something, I'll say for one, it's something that's always been there. I think what we have now, though, and it might have gotten worse. I don't think it's just because of sexualization. I think, though, it's more reported incidents. It's more people that are more clear on the language. Just even in the last 20 years, it's things that were added, like intimidation to the definition. It's consent that was added in the last 20 years in all situations. It's also things like if you put on a condom and take it off, that was added to the definition in some circumstances as well, depending on the state. And so we have language for things that we didn't always have language for, or it's more clear than the confusion. And I'll say some things that are in our culture. Let me just stick the dickhead in when you said no. That confused a lot of folks because it's not really.
Let me just
when
put
it
the head in.
happens,
Just a tip. The fuck out of here.
yeah. And we all know we heard it.
Absolutely. Several times. Just a tip. Just a tip. No, nigga.
And just the tip, and especially when you did it when I really said I didn't want to do it, I didn't feel like doing it, or came out and said no, that was still pushing. Rubbing up against that that one statute when it was like using someone to come, when they just rubbed against you anyway. When they rubbed
Absolutely.
against you in your sleep.
Yeah. Doing it anyway.
So it's not always like the psychotic dude that we think about watching little girls in the park. Some of that language had to do within our relationships, but we weren't clear, and it wasn't clear because there are so many blurred lines to it as well. Whether you wanted it or not, whether you're okay or not, whether you see the person that you with as somebody that was truly pushing it to you, because your definition of pushing it or boundary might be a different one for someone else. So it's still, in some cases, in relationships, those blurred lines. I know when I came out talking about what happened to me, it was people that were contacting me like, was this didn't feel right, what happened, but is this actually considered real assault? You know, when we look at somebody getting sexually assaulted, we even view it a certain way. And a lot of men found out that unknowingly, in some cases, that they were perpetrators. And it was a lot of women that found out. And I know it could happen. I'm just talking about man and woman relationship. It can happen in many types of ways, women versus men, all of that, where women are the perpetrator and the men are the survivor victims. But some people didn't even realize that that's what they went through. So I think now reports are going up. Unfortunately, convictions are not biracial, and that's because of that. If it's not a clear-cut case, some of the blurred lines, the DA has to take it on. Sometimes the DA wants to take on cases that they could prove and not ones that don't have enough evidence or that is you versus them and that type of thing. When I learned working on the other end of it, we sometimes had to have 3 or 4 people that it happened to for it to even be seen by a DA or pushed past the point of formulating a case. So those assaults are also done by the state and not by the individual, which a lot of times in the more prominent cases we see they end up going to civil court more than criminal court.
Wow.
But yeah, that's just some things to add as far as my perspective on it and just some of the experiences in both being a survivor and also working with survivors and working with the courts in regards to all of that. But yeah, I don't think the sexuality is up. We always been sexual beings in every music, in every part of history. But I do think people are realizing now it is definition and this language out there, and that people still didn't have boundaries back then. Don't have them now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. I see Shannon had a
Thanks,
comment.
y'all.
Thank you too. You gonna stay on, or you want to catch her offline with the comment?
Well, what you want me to
Hold
do?
on, just
If
hold
I
on one
feel
second.
like
Let me.
typing a paragraph
No, just
again,
hold on a second. Love. Hold on a second. I'm gonna let Shannon speak. Go ahead, Shannon.
You know, it then too, I feel like culturally things have changed. I was talking to my friend's mother who is from down south, and she was telling me about how her grandmother sold her mom at 13 to a grown man. And it was normal back then. You're 13 and you're being sold to a grown man. So I know it's happened. Um, and I would love for anyone in the comments also to speak to the fine line that parents have about, you know, introducing your children to sexuality and sexual norms, teaching them about it so that they're aware and prepared when they get out into the world versus how we were taught. We never talked about sex. Like I still haven't had the sex talk with my mom, and I'm 50 with 3 kids. Like we've never talked about intercourse. We've never talked about reproduction. We never talked about any of those things because they were so taboo. And so with my children, I talk to them about sex and about women and about how divisive women can be and how sometimes we're not all above board. And if she won't let you see it in the daylight, then don't touch it. You know what I mean? Don't touch it in the dark if you can't see it in the daylight. And I'm not talking about see it from way over there. I'm talking about see it up close. uh Smell it. I'm telling the boys all the things that that they need to know so that they are prepared when they get out here, um so that they're not being all willy-nilly about their in their sexual experiences. I'm hoping I don't have any grandkids yet, so they wasn't out here, you know you get a baby and you get a baby and you get a baby and you get a baby, like, I would love to talk about, in this very toxic, like, sexy red type atmosphere. How are you telling your 12-year-old about sex without hypersexualizing them, but preparing them for situations so that they're not 40 and 50 getting groped by disgusting savages in public? Do you know what I mean? So that they are assertive. Like, how do we, for those parents, my sons are grown, so for those parents out there with the younger girls and boys, um, telling their 10-year-old son it's not a cute thing to be raped by a 25-year-old woman, or telling the young girls, even if he's rubbing his cell on you or you sitting on his lap, that kind of stuff is inappropriate. Like, how are we conveying those messages with letting them keep their childhood, per se?
Tina, did you want to comment, or do you want to? Are you good on that? What are your thoughts? Are you still there, Shannon? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me good. Tina, can you hear me? If you're saying something, you are muted, love.
I can hear you.
There you go, baby. There we go.
The problem was my device is so behind that I was still listening, and then I was like, "Oop, I forgot I was on the phone," because I started
That's
typing.
hilarious. Yes, indeed. Yes, ma'am. So we got about 12 more minutes to address the comments or the issues or whatever, and then we're gonna wrap up for today. But if you have something that you would like to share in regards to what Shannon said before I comment, you are welcome to.
Okay, well, I would just say, don't have little ones, thank Lord, anymore. But I will say what was important to me, because when I experienced my sexual assault was when my daughter was 1. And so all the experiences, and also coming from trying not to scare her, but also be real with her about different things. And it's like different things for each age range, right?
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
like before they go to school, before somebody babysits you, what happens in middle school, what happens in when you go off to college are all different conversations. But one thing that's important to me, even at a young age, was try to make it seem as normal as anything else we talked about. Because you're
Okay.
right, I didn't have any of those conversations. I grew up on the receiving end, and I was told as a teenager, don't get pregnant. And this was by a fire and brimstone Pentecostal woman that was like, and tell me. I was like, you the last person I'm gonna tell if I'm thinking if I'm thinking about sex and what to do. She did say in her defense that she would give birth control. I think because, she understood the situation if I look back at her life. But it was never something I would have came to her about. Never. It wasn't that safety in saying anything that was even a avenue to discuss anything.
Mhm.
So it's about for me. I'll say in my parenting, it was about creating a safety where talk to my child anyway. But that was just part of it.
Mhm.
When we're naming parts of the body, I was including the correct parts of her body that included her vagina. She
Okay.
knew that boys had peanuts, so she mispronounced the word. You know, it wasn't something that was like this extra, the ordinary thing to talk about. So when I asked, did somebody touch her hand? Did someone touch her vagina?
Okay. Yeah.
Somebody touch you at all? Anything? Tell me.
Mhm.
Okay, mama. Somebody touched me today. Where they touch you? Touch my hand. Oh, okay, good. Mama not gonna catch a case. So it's like normalizing those experiences early for me. But then I was more comfortable talking to her about things that had happened to me later. Of course, I wasn't
Mhm.
gonna tell her at 5. That was more of a later conversation.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, at just making it normal, like you doing with your boys, like you did with your boys. It's
Yeah.
normalized. They might get embarrassed and be like, "Oh, I know," but you tell them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the rough thing though is being able to protect them from the people that's out there outside this world. Some of them they will love, and some of them they wouldn't care about. And
Mhm.
it's not really a recipe. Everybody else, you can only tell your babies like to look for in the mornings and that type of thing. And I know you don't have a lot of time, so yeah,
Mhm.
So
love
just
y'all.
we love you too, babe. We absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for calling in and for
Yeah.
sharing and for your input. I'm glad that you had time and that you made time to be able to
Absolutely.
share with us. Just to piggyback on that some. So I don't have any children. So I wasn't privy to feeding any of that to my own children when we were younger, when they were younger, because I didn't have any. But I had nieces and nephews, and I was in youth development for more than 20 years. So I
Mhm.
talked to um, preteens and teenagers for a good bulk of their lives. But this is, I used to send home when I worked especially when I worked at the neighborhood house in Milwaukee. I used to send home notices to the parents, and I used to tell your parents, hey, this week we're talking about this. This week we're talking about that. I encourage you to continue the conversations at home.
Mhm.
And if you're not comfortable with doing that, would you like someone to help mediate some of that conversation? That myself or Mr. James at the time, we're available to help facilitate the comfortability of that conversation with you guys.
Mhm.
But just so you know, these are the things that we're discussing this week. And so I used to literally, because all the kids will tell you, Miss Patrice, man, we talked about it. We talked about it, all the things. And when I say preteens, I mean like from the age of 10 to like 13. So as young as 10 and as old as 21, we was having first time intimate conversations about all this stuff.
Mhm.
And my first part of the conversation that I had with them is we talked about what body parts were what. You get what I'm saying? And what quote unquote is okay to be touched, where is okay to be touched. So we didn't have to necessarily reinforce where it's not okay to be touched. We talked
Right.
about where to be touched. It's okay to hold hands. It's okay, like we talked about those things instead of making people making the kids afraid to have the conversations about the quote unquote no-nos that people. I'm like, y'all using these crazy names for these body parts. But I listen, whatever your parents is calling it, that's how y'all talk about it. That's in your home. I
Mhm.
believed in using the right language, and I don't mean the
Mhm.
street language. I mean the actual medical terms for these body parts. And then I also coupled that because we was in youth in the neighborhood center. We talked about legalities. I was very, very particular about that. I had a lot of boys in our programs, and I thought it was very important that they understood what, especially the teenagers, what the sexual registry is and what it looks like. These are the rules and why these rules are in place, and who they're meant to protect.
Yeah. Can
So
I
we
just
talked
chime
about,
in
yeah,
real quick?
absolutely. Come on, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, and the caveat to that, one thing that I added to what I did talk to my sons about is I don't, God's original purpose was for us to come forth onto the earth. He didn't say paint the sky pink. He didn't say climb trees. He literally said the only purpose you have is to procreate and fill this earth. You're not doing that by baking cookies together or doing hopscotch together. That means a man's original purpose is to connect with a woman and for you guys to make children. The only way you can do that is through intercourse. It's different ways doing it now, vitro fertilization and all that good stuff. And so I didn't make them feel ashamed about having sexual urges because it's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, this is probably TMI. I'm 50. Again, I'm a Scorpio. I could every day. If I find the right person every hour on the hour, bro. I'm ready. So I get it. I never made the children feel ashamed about having those feelings. Once you have those feelings, these are the set of parameters that help you to control those feelings and to implement those feelings in the right situation and how to protect yourself when you have these feelings. Because these trifling women will try to catch you up and don't bring no miscellaneous babies with no ratchet bald head heathens over here. Because if you do, I'm not helping you, bro. I'm not. I'm not helping you at all. So be a wise decision maker with your penis. Okay, because your penis is your lineage. And this is what I used to tell them. Your lineage, because forever, if you talk to this girl just because she got a big booty and long weave and she dumb and her mama dumb and her grandmother was dumb, her great grandmother was dumb, her daddy, if she got daddy issues and her uncle Nim is dumb, everybody in her family dumb. Now you have connected your penis with her vagina and your lineage for the rest of eternity because forever in your family tree, you going to be connected to Lakeisha and her ignorant family, and I don't want to be connected to her. So make wise decisions with your penis. That's exactly how I used to talk to my sons. Exactly. You can ask them. But I never made them feel ashamed. It's not abnormal for you to want to have sex. Again, I'm a Scorpio. I can have sex every day. Every day.
So
But I
those are
don't.
conversations that we had too. Like, so I told them, we talked about the naturalness of it, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about what happens when you get the feeling. How do you know what that feeling feels like? Like
Mm-hmm.
we talked, like, and I'm like, and that's why right now I got 100 kids and I ain't never birthed none. You know what I'm saying? Because the like down to the can I talk to you real quick, honey? So what you mean? Come, meet me in the office real quick. So like yesterday, you walk like this. Today, you walk like this. Let's talk about it. So the change in her walk, the change it, like baby, that's how when you know that's how you know your kids, and you pay attention to your children and their body postures change when they become sexually active, and having those conversations and what to do about that. And I can't even tell you how I tell them boys why did they why your sex was called the family jewels. It wasn't the sac. It was the sperm. Your sperm is
Mhm.
jewels. It's your family lineage, and you
Mhm.
cannot just give it to anybody. And the value in that. Oh, I was not kidding. Like to the point where I used to put them in groups, and we had individual when we would all be together, and I divided them by age, and I used to tell them, I said, okay, so you guys are legally able to have friends, and this is what the friendship should look like. And you
Mhm.
guys shouldn't be trying to be intimate with anyone in the room. And I know how how complicated that is. 16, 17-year-olds hanging out with 19-year-old, 18, 19-year-olds. We're all friends. We grew up together, and yesterday you was 17, and today I can't hold your hand anymore, because you know what I'm saying, and explaining those type of boundaries, explaining like that type of detail and why. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And what do you do in those situations if you have this fit? And then we talked about self-control and
Absolutely.
making responsible choices. Just because you feel something don't mean you need to move on it. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
good.
And because of that, I mean, do you imagine what would happen if some of us who were certain ages and in our 30s, like one of my nephews, one of my cousin nephew that grew up with us, he came home and said, auntie or cuz, this lady just gave me her number. First of all, you didn't say a lady. And I got immediately mad, because I'm like, you are 17. Why is a 30 something year old lady giving you a number? I know you think it's a come up, but it's not. And let's talk about why it's not. So those type of conversations to be comfortable with having. And I know we've reached this little 4 o'clock hour, but nonetheless, today's conversation has been phenomenal. And I would love to continue talking about these types of things, because this is what we do. This is how we clear the air
Yeah.
and make it so that we're in a place where there's confusion, we offer
Mhm.
clarity, and where
Mhm.
understanding comes in. And this is not about making you feel broken or messed up, but more so encouraging you to make better choices outside of just yourself,
Mhm.
utilizing the fact that we are supposed to be the dominant species, and you are expected to make good decisions, to be
Mhm.
mindful and respectful of the people that you have to live in this social environment with. Mindful of that, because it is not okay to leave us to create terror. It is not okay to facilitate discomfort. You don't have to do that because you lack control. Let's
Very
teach you
good.
how to gain control. And for those of you who think that I'm just talking rubbish and we taking this shit too far and it's not that serious or whatever, I pray that you get the therapy that you need, and that your children, need your daughters or your sons, have to experience any type of opportunity where someone engaged them and they were unwelcomed in any capacity. You're not to your wife, your daughter, your sister, your grandma, your mom, your aunts, whomever, your sons, your uncles, that so they are not also put in a position where someone feels free to have liberties with them, to take liberties with them unwelcomed. And
Mhm.
we want to encourage you to keep your motherfucking hands to yourself at all times. I got you, mama. At
Okay.
all times. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a thing, yo. It's a thing. And we this far into life. You know what I'm saying? We talking about we 50. It's the world, and all these people been around hundreds and thousands of years before us, and we 50. You get what I'm saying? Get it.
Mhm.
Get it. Do
Mhm.
better. And Shannon, go ahead, mama. Go ahead.
Okay, so just as a last precursor for everybody, the hotline for the sexual assault hotline is 1-800-656-4673. So if you are experiencing anything um or in any type of situation, you can always call that hotline. April is the Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and I put a link in the comments that shows some of the initiatives that are around the Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And then if you really want to look up and see if what the person did, male or female, to you, if it was actually sexual assault under the Wisconsin state statute, that statute is 940.225. So you can look that up on the Wisconsin state statute and see which level of whatever happened to you, what degree it actually is. And again, the color for sexual assault awareness is teal. And again, if there's anything that you are experiencing, it's at 1-800-656-4673.
That number is actually also in the post here.
Mhm.
So when you see this video, it is also included in the post. So you can have that information there. If at any point in time, if you don't know the number, you can't find this post, just remember you can like, hey Patrice, what's the number? Or where
Mhm.
what's the I got
Mhm.
you. I
Right.
got you. And even still, so and I'm gonna say this right now, that is absolutely a good reason to call 911.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna say
Mhm.
that again. That
Mhm.
is absolutely a good reason for you to dial 911. If you
Mhm.
have been sexually assaulted and you are trying to report it, you can absolutely dial 911. You do not have to wait and put on hold in these long lines for whatever number you're trying to get a hold of, 911. And if they need to redirect you, then they can redirect you from there. Or you can go to the nearest hospital. You can go to
Mhm.
the nearest police station or
Mhm.
firehouse. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, we love y'all so much, and we want us to do better as a community. And it takes us all to make that possible. Conversation like this, very transparent, very vulnerable spaces, so
Mhm.
that other people feel safe and welcome. Thank you, Tiarsha, for sharing your comment. I'm gonna make sure that I post here if I'm not, even though I can't read it right now. I just want to make sure that I put that information available here to you. Thank you so much for everybody that has commented. Shannon, I thank you for your vulnerability, for your transparency, and your availability to
Okay.
this conversation. Um, you rock, girl. You rock. And we trying to blush and stuff. April is absolutely Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It is also Stress Awareness Month, and I try to remind people that you got to take care of yourself. And this is just one of many opportunities to now next week we'll talk about some more, like we talked about stress last week or the week before. This week we talked about sexual assault. It's also Autism Awareness Month, and it is also Alcohol Awareness Month, and we'll talk about that next week. The
Mhm.
details. I'm part of the bartenders lounge, but it's a thing, yo. We got to talk about all the shits when it comes to alcohol, and how to do better and make good decisions. Okay.
Mhm.
Until next week, y'all. It's been a pleasure. All right, then. Bye bye. We should holler. Yes, yes, yes. One moment. Stopping that there. I know, guys. You like whatever you. Love you.